In the last 30 days, I've booked over 100 qualified meetings into my calendar, and it's all because I know how to take someone from interested to an actual booked call. Okay. Now, the only reason why someone would be interested in your offer but doesn't actually book a call is because they have some sort of an objection or they just ghost you. Okay. In this video, I'm going to be covering how to handle those objections so that you can get every single person who you're actually getting into a conversation with on a call. Okay. So, always, this is the key thing before we get into the actual framework. You always want to record these on a voice note because it's going to increase the amount of perceived effort that obviously you are presenting to the prospect. So they're going to be more open to actually responding to you and jumping on a meeting. Okay. So there's a 4-step process that we're going to follow. Okay. So the first thing that we have to do when we are getting a response like this, and I'm going to give you 4 examples after this, is you need to empathize with their point of view. Okay. If they don't even feel like you understand their current situation, then they are not going to be open to actually listening to you. Okay. So once you've done that, the second thing that we want to do is still explain why the call is in their best interest, even after, right, you've already shown them that you understand their point of view. Okay. Metaphors and examples work really well when you're doing this. I'm going to show you how to do this in a second. Okay. Step 3, after you've done that, is you want to remove the negative connotations about the call. So a lot of people that you're going to be talking to have been through the ringer, right? They've been on like 10, 15, 20 sales calls before. You want to remove every single bad experience, every single bad connotation that could possibly happen about the call. A lot of the times these people have been pressured a million times before into buying shitty products and they don't like that. And you want to basically remove any kind of pressure around what might happen on that call. Okay. And then the 4th thing you want to do is give them a call to action. So you can book with the link here. You can schedule a time with me. You can just give me your phone number and I'll give you a ring sometime. Whatever the call to action is, that will be what you would do at the end of that space. A lot of the time, people just do these 3 parts and then there's no call to action and the person reads the message and they're like, okay, and they just don't do anything. Okay. So I'll give you some examples as to how we actually use these because I know it's a little bit difficult when you just have the framework and you don't know actually how to apply. Okay. So a lot of the time, prospects are going to say, right, I want to know the price before I book a call. Okay. This gets a lot of people. And obviously, if you give them the price before they book a call, then they're probably not going to book because they're going to say it's too expensive before they even understand how the thing works, right? Which obviously doesn't make any sense and is not going to help you close any deals. Okay. So if someone says they want to know the price before the call, you use this framework. Okay. Hey, John, totally understand why you'd want to know the price before the call. Obviously, you don't want to jump on the call, spend 30 minutes talking with me just to get to the end knowing that it's not even something you can't afford. Okay. That's empathizing with their point of view. That is the reason why they want to know the price, is because they don't want to waste half an hour if they already, if they can't even afford it. So what you could say, to be honest with you, John, all the prices that we have are completely dependent on the person that we work with, and we're only going to make sure that we actually show you something and can help you out in a way that it actually is something that matches your budget, right? So now we're showing them we have multiple different options for them, so we're going to make sure that they're not wasting their time, right? Because we're going to be able to have something with their budget in mind. Okay. And then the third thing, once you've said that, is you're going to say, don't worry, it's not one of those high pressure sales calls where at the end I'm going to tell you it's 10 grand and you have to buy now. It's just a low pressure demo. I'm just going to show you how it works so you get value out of your time, regardless of what you decide to do. So if you want, you can just book a meeting with me below and I'll see you on that call. And that would be one example of how you use this framework if someone wants to know the price before they book a call. Okay. That's a very simple way to do that. Okay. Let's go into example 2. Why should I trust you? A big one when you're doing cold outreach, whether that's through cold DMs, whether that's through cold email, whether that's through a cold call, right? A lot of people are going to be like, well, why should I trust you, right? If they're like being honest with you. Okay. Number 1. Okay. So this is what you say. 100% John, totally understand where you're coming from. I wouldn't want you to schedule a call with someone who you don't even know exists, right? And I can completely understand why you wouldn't want to waste your time with someone who you don't even know, right? Now, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, all I want to do on the call is provide as much value as possible to you so that once we do get on that call, you can learn to trust me because I'm going to give you so much value that's going to be able to help you overcome XYZ problem that you were talking about that you had. So maybe after that call, after you've got some value from me and after you actually know how this thing works, then maybe there's something that you want to do to work with together, right? Now, again, it's just a value call. It's just a blueprint call. We're just going to show you exactly how our strategies work. And then hopefully that helps you out a little bit. And then if you want to work together, then that's something that completely you can decide to do later down the line. So if that sounds interesting at all, feel free to schedule time below. We're really looking forward to speaking with you and showing you how we can help, right? So again, this is just taking away all the negative connotations around why they would not want to book a call, because again, they've probably been into some situations where they bought something before and it wasn't what they thought it was, and now they have trust issues, right? Which is a big one. So you just want to remove those connotations so that when they get on the call, you can actually help them overcome those limiting beliefs. And then obviously, if you have something good to sell, which hopefully you do, then you don't have that problem, okay? Now, example 3. Can you explain how it works here? So this one is a bit of an annoying one. Obviously, if you explain how it works here, they're never going to book a call and no one's going to buy over the DMs, okay? Unless it's like a low ticket thing, which you got to know while you're watching this video if you sell someone a ticket, okay? So example 3, okay, is basically pretty simple. So what you want to do, again, empathizing with their point of view. The whole idea is they don't want to waste time, right? That's why they don't want to book the call, because that's why they want to just know how it works here, okay? So this is what you'd say. Hey, John, totally get why you'd want to see it here. Honestly, if I was you, I wouldn't want to waste my time on a person or on a call when I don't even know what it was. It might be something that I'm already using. Now, to be honest, John, I can tell you right now, after doing this for dozens of other people, I can guarantee you this isn't something you're already using, or you would already be at X result that you were talking about that you wanted, right? And if at any point in the call you realize this is something that's a complete waste of time, you've already tried it before, hasn't worked for you in the past, or this is something that you're already currently doing the way that we're doing it, I'd be happy to pay for what your time's worth for an hour, and if it's a complete waste of time for you. So if that sounds all good, you can just schedule a call using the link below, and hopefully we'll speak soon. And that way, right, obviously they just don't want to waste their time saying that it's something that they've already done before. I have used this like hundreds of, maybe not hundreds, but dozens and dozens of times, and no one has ever asked for their money on the call. Very rarely will that actually happen. Also, the thing that we're actually doing is very unique in the way we actually do it. So if you do something unique, that's something that you can do. You can offer just to pay for their time because you're so confident that it is going to be worth it. But if not, then you can use another way to get around that. Okay. And then example 4, big one here, not interested. So a lot of the times this will come up before you actually begin to pitch. And when someone says it's not interested, there's typically kind of there's multiple things that could be the reason why they are not interested. So it's hard to empathize with that. Okay. So the way that we go around this is we basically start asking questions to figure out what the actual objection is, why they're not interested, and then we can actually empathize with that problem, and then we can actually handle that. So simply, you would just give them 2 options, because these are like binary responses. We'll get more responses, and this is what you could say. You could say, totally understand, John. Just so that maybe I can help and send some free resources over. Are you not interested because like X solution or X problem isn't the problem for you at the moment? So say appointment booking, for example, that's my offer. Are you not interested because appointment booking isn't a problem for you at the moment? Or appointment booking isn't a priority at the moment? Or have you just tried everything in the past and nothing seemed to work for you? Okay. And a lot of the times it's going to be the second one. And then you can use the track of, okay, well, I can understand that you've tried everything before. If this is something that you tried before and it hasn't worked for you, I'd be more than happy to pay you for your time. Okay. And that's basically how you can use this not interested answer. And that is pretty much all I wanted to share. Hopefully this helps.